how does one kasher the following things? So the first item is an oven where there are parts containing hametz that are hard to access. The second item is a dishwasher and a microwave. And then the third is oven trays, Pyrex, frying pans, and plastic utensils. There's quite a few things there, but the first one was the oven that are with areas that are hard to access.
I would like to be a good Jew and respond to a question with a question. What exactly is a part that contains hametz that is hard to access? What such part exists in an oven? I'm not quite certain I know. What I can say is as follows. If one cleans an oven inside, the interior of an oven, thoroughly with the various types of oven cleaning agents and materials that exist, one is achieving first cleanliness, and also one is because these materials, these oven cleaning agents are very powerful. They cut through grease, they remove just about everything one could imagine. And what they do not remove, we'll speak about in a moment. And you also pogrom whatever might remain, whatever you think may exist in the oven, you are pogrom the ta'am. In other words, the moment oven cleaner, which is a toxic and certainly not a very flavorful substance, to put it bluntly, it's a dangerous substance. And that's why you have to make sure you also clean it out afterwards. You remove all of that afterwards. Any food particle that might be in an oven, as soon as it's covered, smothered, comes into contact with these kinds of agents, it is no longer considered hametz or food at all. It is considered, well, as we just said, it's dangerous. It's something inedible, dangerous, and it's not hametz. Whatever it is, it's not hametz. And that even that action alone, one could claim already renders the oven kasher l'Pesach. But after that, what one should do, what I always recommend, is having cleaned it thoroughly, one turns it on to its maximum heat. And once it has achieved its maximum heat, one leaves it at that maximum heat for 40 minutes. After that time, any remaining substance or mark or something that you were able to scrape off completely in the oven has been burnt to a cinder, to some kind of unrecognizable and indescribable matter of some kind, but it's no longer chametz. So even if there is something stuck on the side of the oven, the bottom of the oven, you cannot remove it. Once you've cleaned it with the oven cleaning agents and you've turned it on to maximum heat and left it at maximum heat for 40 minutes, the oven is kasher l'Pesach. There are ovens in some parts of the world, I don't think they're very common in Israel, that have a self-cleaning setting, which means it goes to a very high temperature, which if is even better perhaps, but it's not necessary. The oven can easily be considered and rendered kasher l'Pesach once you have gone through those steps. As for parts that are hard to access, again, I don't know exactly what that means. When I say clean the oven, that means the interior of the oven and the racks. Now, you can also get maybe an extra set of racks or what have you. Those are available usually, but you don't have to. You can do the same thing exactly with the racks and the trays that go with the oven. You clean them thoroughly, you place them in the oven, you turn the oven on and leave it on at maximum heat as we described, and everything, and having cleaned it as best as you can using those agents and where necessary using some steel wool or what have you, all those parts and all those pieces are now kasher l'Pesach. The only other thing that comes to mind might be something like the buttons on the outside of the oven, which are usually removable, and then they can be soaked in very hot water. Usually, even that they can be placed in boiling water with detergents and other grease removers and what have you. And whatever is under the button, then you can clean easily. You should be able to access that quite simply. So I'm not sure what other things are hard to access.
thinking I've heard of people struggling with a fan at the back of the fan at the back of the oven. Is that
Well, the fan is
that
usually
might be what I don't think Abraham's on the line, but that might be what he was referring to.
behind the inner wall of the oven, the back wall, and you don't have to get to the fan itself. When you spray those materials into the oven, some of it goes onto the fan also, inevitably. And whatever is on the fan, I don't know what would be there, but whatever it might be there would be nifsal and nifgam immediately. And again, when you turn it on to maximum heat for a long time, again, whatever is left there ceases at some point to be considered food or chametz, and is just guk is the best word I can think to describe it. If there's still something there, and it's not an issue in terms of kashrut.
Thank you, Rabbi Bar-Hayim. We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. We would also like to suggest the following opportunity to our viewers. If you identify with Rabbi Bar-Hayim's message and would like to sponsor or dedicate a video interview with the rabbi in honor or memory of a loved one, if you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org.
If you are inspired by Rabbi Bar-Hayim's message and would like to get involved in Torah Eretz Yisrael activities in your local area, please fill out the relevant form by going to the link which appears on the screen.